Hey, welcome back to the Glitchy Ghost podcast. It's Jay.
And Cody.
Welcome back to episode 6. E3. E3's here. Well, it was last week. We missed last week. I was sick. I was really sick. But that didn't mean that I did not watch any of E3. And it was okay. What do you say to that, Cody? You okay? Cody?
Yeah, I'm
Did we
I'm here.
lose you?
Yeah, we're gonna have to restart.
Cody's back. Cody's back. He is here. He died a little bit. Welcome back. Are you okay over there? We
Yeah,
having
I'm
technical
okay.
difficulties?
No.
Did you?
That awkward long pause. I wasn't sure what was going on there. So my
I-
headset died.
We're okay. We can keep going. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Wait, what is wrong with your headset?
I don't know. It's just doo 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 doo. You know the
Uh,
Corsair bull crap.
yeah, we need to like fix this. But all right. Anyway, E3 season, man. Were you happy with it? Were you sad with it?
I got mixed emotions. Not all good though. I wish
Play,
they showed a lot more than what they showed. Kind of wish PlayStation was there.
we missed play. Yeah, it was like PlayStation went out for cigarettes, and
They ain't coming back. They said they're
they ain't
gonna do
coming.
their own thing
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
that whole PlayStation, what, Play or whatever. What?
State of
Yeah,
play.
State of Play. Yeah,
I,
that.
they went to go get cigarettes and they never came back. They out of our lives. That's it. Honestly, they need to figure out their PlayStation manufacturing sales first, and then they can get back in the game. Because honestly, where are we seeing any PS5s? Where are they at? Not at GameStop. Not at Walmart.
Target
Not at
possibly.
no. Not at Target.
I don't know. I think I saw a few heads to Sony there.
No. No.
I mean, they were just playing on the station, demo TVs.
Oh, you did clip out. It's something is up with your headset.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna have to probably restart or something.
I know.
We're gonna.
I think we're good. This is gold. I'm loving hearing this the bad side of Cody. I mean, your audio's always been like crisp and perfect, but I don't know what's going on with you today.
I don't need it either.
You don't need a heater? No, I'm just kidding. I heard you. All right. All right. This is a long ramble just to get to E3, but E3's finally here and we got some decent announcements. Um I think we got to start off with what I feel was kind of the banger of the actual of the whole event, and that was Marvel. I said Marvel. Oh my gosh, not Marvel Avengers. I'll tell you that. Microsoft and Bethesda. I think they hit hard this year, and Halo Infinite was definitely the baby to be shown.
And it's a long time coming. They had something to show, and they definitely showed. Got me, uh, well, 3 times more excited. I'll say.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean I wasn't expecting it. I should have been expecting it, but multiplayer was shown, and oh my gosh, multiplayer. I mean, the core of Halo is its story and its multiplayer. They kind of go hand in hand. You can't hate on either or. They both have this kind of their own thing to it, you know. But the multiplayer for Halo Infinite looks, oh my gosh, good. You finally do not look like Power Rangers. I am freaking happy.
Well, hold on. For those that like Power Rangers, you can look like them if you want. That customization is out of this world.
Stop playing if you like. No, I'm not even getting there. No, I'm happy with the design team. The design team made. I mean, it's a beautiful looking game. Honestly, I mean, the mixture of the simplistic, what people didn't like with the simplistic graphics kind of look. I like that. I like that basic shapes setup that they have for Halo Infinite, and I think it's working perfectly in the multiplayer as far as the armor and everything. Um, they dropped a bomb that everybody's been kind of, whispering about, and that's free to play.
Now, that got me thinking a lot. Like, yeah, it's gonna be free to play, but like, how much? Like, is all of it gonna be free to play? Like, I know they said, there are gonna be things for like customization and all that, but like, Is everything gonna be free to play? Do I need to buy it if I want to play everything and unlock everything? Like, is the battle pass gonna be free? Like, they didn't really go in full detail with that.
It is definitely a it's gonna be a mystery of what's gonna happen with the Halo and the future of Halo because the fact that it's gonna be separated. Of course, I don't know if it's two different teams. I'm assuming it is two different teams that's gonna be handling both the multiplayer and the single player. I'm curious. We know there's gonna be microtransactions, but we know that it's not gonna affect how multiplayer plays. It's just gonna be cosmetics. But in the essence of maps, new modes, are those going to be things we're going to get charged, or is it going to be on a level of kind of like of Warzone? They don't charge anything but a battle pass. So
Well,
are we going to see that for Halo?
they talked about their battle pass because they will have a battle pass, but it's gonna be free. But like I was saying, I don't know if it's gonna be free to those that are free to play. I do know if you come into the game late and you own the game, I know that for a fact, obviously, if you own it, you can go back and do any of those battle passes over like yourself. You don't have to, hope you unlock it later on. You can do that battle pass and you gotta just pick the battle pass, sort of like how it is now.
Hmm.
You go through and you put your experience in whichever battle pass you want on the Halo Master Chief multiplayer. It's gonna be just like that, they said, which I'm pretty happy about because sometimes we take those little breaks or hiatus away from playing a certain game, and then we get back in. Now we don't have to miss out on something like how when we miss out on the battle pass for Call of Duty,
Right.
we kind of it's a hit or miss. You got to hope you either get it in one of the free packs or you have to buy the actual content. Now we just go back and do it on Halo, which I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, they said that everything that you can buy, you can unlock, as long as you have to work for it, right?
Yeah.
And I mean that's the essence of grinding. There's gonna probably be a lot of grinding in this game for people who just straight up don't want to pay. But people who feel like they want to pay, I'm sure there's going to be kind of like a battle pass plus or something like that where they could pay and they get extra crap. I'm curious of how it's gonna go. I'm curious of the launch of it. I know it's probably going to struggle launch day. I mean, just like any multiplayer game struggles. We're gonna see how they handle this. Especially it being a free to play game. It's gonna be crazy because two platforms, Xbox and PC, are gonna be kind of rushing to this. Day one. There's gonna be people going crazy about it, and
And it's supposed to have crossplay. I think servers are gonna crash that first day on multiplayer.
most definitely, most
Unless
definitely,
multiplayer isn't free to play right away, they give us a week. But
kind of like a
if
Grand
it,
Theft Auto thing.
yeah, I think it's gonna crash though. It's gonna crash.
I feel like it's always a given for that. Um,
My thing
so
is, go
what
ahead.
happened? No, no, you
Nah,
good.
my thing is, I feel like we're not gonna play the story until like 3 weeks in, cause we're gonna be so caught up on this multiplayer.
I don't know. I kind of want day one. I wanna see what happens with the chief. Now I gotta admit that I don't know if they talked about more story this
Yeah, they
year
talked
because I
about
didn't.
they showed not Cortana, but the other
The other,
AI.
yeah, there was like a little small clip, right, that they showed, yeah, a bit of story, which it was just enough of a tease. But they didn't. I don't think they showed any gameplay of story.
They did actually, but they put it in between the multiplayer when he some of those where he threw something and caught it. That was
Hmm.
actually story if you pay attention.
I'm gonna have to check that again. But I mean, I'm excited for story. I can see myself doing story day one and then slowly getting onto multiplayer. I think it's gonna be the opposite. I think multiplayer is gonna come second in my eyes, just because I need to see how this game is. Because I mean, once again, like you said, they pushed it back a year. We're getting it holiday of this year. I gotta
There's a
see if they improve that brute's face.
Oh, they definitely improved it. But if you look at some of the the preview pictures, they put a mask on. They definitely improved it. Um, but I'm also curious because I'm looking at the multiplayer, not multiplayer, but the pictures on Steam right now because I'm pretty happy it's coming to Steam right away. They have a brute and different armor, but I'm not sure if it's like could it be possibly multiplayer? Like you can pick a brute also? Like how before we had the other thing, what was
Elites,
it? The
elites.
elites. Were we
Mhm.
able to play as an elite in multiplayer, you think maybe we could get a brute?
Uh, I mean, that would be something interesting for them to do. If they throw in brutes, then you got to play as an elite because I know elites are going to be back in the story for the war because they're fighting with the humans. Um, yeah, I'm curious. I don't know. I mean, for the last what I think 3 games, it's been just Spartans and going against Covenant, and the Covenant was pretty much just brutes and grunts and whatever little extra thing they added. So I don't know. Um, that'd be interesting for them to add that, definitely. Uh, they definitely had some cool elements in the multiplayer where they showed a couple of new games, kind of like like with the skull. I think I don't know, that little scene where he picks up the skull and it just looked the animations just looked great. I don't know what they plan on like adding as far as game variants, how many game variants they're gonna add to this game. Because like Halo's all about variants. Like you're gonna always have like these different game modes, like Griffball, Oddball, SWAT. All of those games. I mean, I want to see this in.
Well, I think they definitely are gonna take the step in the right, way because they added Forge back, and they before how they had when they had Forge, they would take game modes that people actually created and put it into the game.
I
Like I'm
do.
pretty
Yeah.
sure Infection wasn't their idea. Obviously, they saw somebody playing it through like their own multiplayer creative map, and they was like, hey, let's add it. It looks fun.
I'm not sure because Infection was a Halo 3 thing. Um, I'm not sure if somebody maybe, they saw it through the community from Halo 2. I'm not sure if it was part of Halo 2 because I didn't really play Halo 2 multiplayer. I started at 3. Um, I'm also curious. I noticed that they had kind of a scene where it was like a lot of vehicles. I wonder if they're gonna bring back, whether that's just big team match or if that's gonna be kind of their Royale type of game mode. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with that because it's definitely there are gonna be huge maps. I can tell.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm hoping they bring back their Warzone because that was amazing.
That's
Taking
what I'm
bases
referring to.
oh the
I think that's what's coming back. And honestly, I think that was a fun time. Warzone was fun. Being able to buy weapons like ordnance drops and all that. Um, I think that was just a good time, and I can see them bringing that back. Definitely.
I know a lot of people didn't play it as much as I did, but I hope they bring back the horde, the firefight. I hope they bring that.
I wonder if they would. I don't. I mean, I feel like they would have mentioned it by now, but I mean, you never know.
I
They
mean,
could
if they
just be
do
hiding
add it,
things.
I hope they also make it to where it's more than just 4 people. Like have I wouldn't say a massive, firefight going on, but like add more than four, and then make it like a bigger map and more challenging, something like that.
That'd be cool, like a war mode or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know if I would see them doing that. Like, as long as it took them to really like do this game as far as the single player and everything, I don't know. I'm curious what they'll have up their sleeve. And I hope that the single player is just as good, but I hope the multiplayer kind of just holds up to its own. And actually, I feel like I hope it has some type of longevity to it, because if it's gonna be free to play, it's gotta hold up. And people are still playing Warzone. People are still
I,
in love with it.
I think
So
it'll last because I mean we're still playing Master Chief Collection online. The multiplayer is still living up.
yeah, there's a big community. Yeah, it's a big community for it. Sure.
I'm interested in the story also. I'm curious to who's gonna be the second Spartan. Is it gonna be 4-player co-op or is it 2-player co-op? And are we gonna just both be Master Chief? Like,
Or
are
they
they
gonna
gonna
mess,
throw
are
in
they
a
gonna mess it up like Gears and make it 3-player co-op? One of us is a robot.
I wouldn't be surprised that one of us is the AI that's helping,
Oh
power our
gosh.
suits or something.
I'd be so mad. I'm like, do not. No, I'm not even gonna play 3 players at that point. That was
Oh,
so trash. I'm not gonna get into Gears. We didn't see Gears this year, which I think that's a good sign. Because we know there's gonna be a continuation of Gears, but we did not see any of the
um,
next Gears.
see,
I think
the,
that's.
the thing is that's Microsoft's separate thing. That's Microsoft's, game of day of game.
I don't know. I don't see them doing that yet. I think because this is the year of Chief, and they're really gonna they're gonna push for that. And then next year, I feel like we're gonna see probably some Gears.
Yeah.
Um, So outside of Microsoft, I mean, we saw, Forza Horizon. Was it 5?
Yeah, why do we always lose the number? I believe it was 5 though.
5.
Yeah, because
Forza
4
Horizon
was the last
5.
one.
We are in Mexico. Uh,
Mexico.
it looks good. I didn't. What? You okay?
I'm
Uh,
fine.
it looks good. It looks clean. No more of that London weather. Was it London? Where were we last time?
I didn't play 4.
It
That's the
was.
one unfortunately I skipped out on.
I think it was England or whatever. I mean, it was cool, but I don't know. It was okay. But this one looks like it's gonna be up there. They're really focusing on the whole arcade aspect of cars because Horizon is the arcadey version to
Motorsport.
Motorsports. Yeah, because Motorsport is your more Gran Turismo or um, I don't know what else, what other like serious car racing games there are, but just because I don't follow much of them. But
The
Horizon,
F1 series.
yeah, stuff like that. But Horizon's the arcadey side, so kind of like what Need for Speed used to be. I like to say used to be because I don't know. I don't know where Need for Speed has been going. I miss Underground. I miss that side of it. Most wanted, but yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that. But um, you with races on Horizon, you have the mini games like I don't know. We saw something like where you knock down a whole bunch of pins,
That
or
looks awesome.
it was like an arena. It was like an arena mode where everybody's got to knock down the most things. Uh, there was one where you could spawn while you're driving. Um, Kind of a mini game where I think it was like pinatas. You had to hit pinatas in a row or something like that. And they said that you can quickly jump into your friend's party and then join and just set up a mini game series in like a matter of like seconds. So I think that's pretty cool being able to kind of just like go from driving around, going crazy, doing crazy jumps, and then all right, cool, let's do like a little mini game. Um, because I feel like we had to make our stuff up when we played Forza Horizon. It was easy to level up because all we did was I think we
Those
did
challenges.
drifting,
Yeah, drifting
yeah,
in the what do you call it? Those fields and just knocking down trees
knocking
and
down
bushes.
trees. Yep, it was just like doing challenges, getting your XP up, and you couldn't level up in a day. To be honest, like you put 8 hours into that straight, you'd probably max out your thing. I think this time around, I think they're really trying to like invest in what do you do with your time outside of races because you don't always race in Horizon. You want to go ahead, you want to explore, and you kind of want to drive with friends. And that's what I like about the Horizon series. And they added like a whole bunch of new like sightseeing things. I don't think they really dove into barnyard finds or
No,
whatever.
they didn't.
I wonder if that's gonna come back. I hope it does because I like that. That was always fun to just kind of like go on a scavenger hunt and you go. The thing is, that was never uh they never did it good to a point where you and your friend, if you were playing co-op, would both have a barnyard find like at the same time. Like it was
Nah,
always
you'll get one on one side of the map. I'll get one on the other.
right, and I didn't like that. It's always fun to just be with somebody. So I mean, I hope they fix that. Um,
I feel like they took the best parts of Grand Theft Auto's racing, like the creating maps and all that, and put it in this with the multiplayer also.
yeah, I feel that too. And I think they were playing around with that with the last one because I think the last one they had like a Lego expansion and it was like all these crazy, maps and places to race on. Um, I feel like they always anytime with DLC, I feel like that's them experimenting with what they're gonna do with the next game because that's kind of what Halo did for the past from Master Chief Collection. They kind of experimented. Excuse me. They kind of experimented and now we're gonna see that probably in Infinite. So, um, I think Horizon is gonna be probably like one of those games where it's just gonna be like you're bored, you're like, all right, let's hop on. This is gonna be something that we could like do for hours, just like kind of just drive around and do dumb stuff.
I just want open roads.
And I think they said this is their biggest map ever. So which they always say for every year, you know. But that's because I feel like they just push it as much as they can. But if this is their biggest map, then I think we're gonna see some open roads, which I'm
I'm
pretty
curious
excited about.
of the soundtrack because they have pretty decent soundtracks also.
This is true. This is
Uh,
true. They didn't really go in depth about that actually.
Yeah, because I know on a few other racing games that I've played where it's like three good songs. Like I believe Midnight Club, I only had like three good songs. The Crew only a few before you had to unlock the others. And I was just playing my own music at the end of the day. I'd just put on Pandora or something, playing that. But Forza, I've never had to do that.
No, yeah, you're right. I've always loved their playlist. I mean, same thing with the like Grand Theft Auto, like you said, like whoever did Grand Theft Auto's radio thing is just like they were on point with it. There's always like something that you would listen to.
Yeah, I mean they had a ton of stations.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, I don't remember too much of what else dropped on Microsoft's end.
Oh, you
Flight
have
Simulator.
Starfield. Starfield.
Well, that's the Bethesda side, so I'm trying to
Oh,
figure more of what came out on the Microsoft side on this push. I think that was pretty much it that I can remember that I was actually excited for. I don't know if there was anything else.
I don't remember anything else really because I feel
No,
like they showed those two and then they switched right to the Bethesda.
I know there was a bit more, but honestly, it probably wasn't enough to kind of just like jump on. But I mean, all right. So you mentioned Starfield. We're looking at Bethesda. They opened with that. And I think Bethesda actually opened in general, and Starfield was the first thing that they showed.
Yeah.
It
Um,
was a teaser. It was a teaser.
they always give that little teaser because they didn't show that much for Skyrim when Skyrim was going out. They just kept showing running up to the cliff and then that's it. This one they show the ship. He comes out and then that's about it. They show little teasers. That's about no gameplay. But Todd Howard, the director of Bethesda's Elder Scrolls Fallout series, is also director on this one. He's said it's going to be basically like Fallout slash Elder Scrolls in space with similar RPG aspects, which I'm excited about.
You okay?
A little tongue twister,
It's
man.
hurt.
That one
Yeah, you
word.
were. You were. See, that killed you. That one, that one got you.
Couldn't say it. Like
Uh,
after saying some letters and trying to say a word.
it was like it beat you up. That one beat you up. Yeah, I kind of got that sense. It looked like Fallout. Just kind of by the design. When we saw like the kind of little trailer. I'm not sure if it said it was in-game footage. I don't know if I remember it saying that, but
I think it was just a trailer scene.
it's. I mean, the character's setup looks like kind of like a Fallout look to it. I'm curious what it's gonna be. I'm definitely ready to see some more information on it. Um, they state that this game couldn't have been made years ago, so like now we're up to the quote unquote technology to where they can make this game. So I'm curious of what they're gonna do with that.
They said it's gonna be like open world with hundreds of hours of content. That scares me because I'm afraid of the download size because Bethesda's been getting a little hefty downloads lately. Um, they also said something about the customization of the character, which I'm afraid of also because I spent hours making my character just to put a helmet on,
I
and
I
that
think
kind of pisses me off.
Bethesda could definitely make a game of just customization,
They
and
definitely can.
people would
Customization
do it.
simulator
Yeah,
made by Bethesda.
and I'd play the hell out of it.
They actually should make something like that to where you know how games have that little hub that you can put on your phone.
Yeah,
Make a customization app. That you create that character, you can put him in these games. This way, you have a custom character that you can put in whatever Bethesda game comes out. That'll be something nice.
I'm sure there are like the funny thing is I'm sure there are YouTube videos on like people going through Fallout 4 and
Oh,
customizing by the father and mother and showing all the outcomes.
no, there are. I'm just saying, like you make a character because I know, for example, Mass Effect series, you can create a Commander Shepard and use him throughout each one.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have the similar customization of characters between Fallout and Elder Scrolls series. Have a app like how Halo does, where you can kind of customize certain things for your multiplayer.
Right.
Well, at least you could before for 5, but do that for, these customization things. That's why I can save a character file and just upload the image and have them adjust it to kind of fit the game. This way I don't have to spend like 2 hours creating my character just to be upset.
That's not their problem, bro. That's your
That
problem.
is that's their problem. They add like each year they add, I will say for me, they add 30 more minutes of customization items that I have to go through.
So outside of that, they put some more information about their next update slash DLC for Fallout 76, which is their online platform. It looked okay. It looked like pretty much Fallout's usual DLCs. It looks good. Uh, I'm not big into 76, at least not yet. I'm gonna give it a try. I think we played a little bit on the free weekend and we had some fun, but we just didn't get enough time into it. So I can't throw my excitement out there yet because I'm just not too
Yeah, well,
invested.
you weren't playing it as much mainly because we were focused on watching the
Oh
E3
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But from what I felt when we were playing it a little bit, it definitely felt like a regular Fallout game. It didn't feel like the Elder Scrolls Online compared to Elder Scrolls series. It felt like a Fallout game. It
Funny thing
didn't
is,
feel.
I love Elder Scrolls Online. I'm not gonna lie.
But if you were to play Elder Scrolls Skyrim, you'll be like, all right, I can see the similarities and I can see the differences.
True.
And Fallout 76, it's Fallout all the way through. It's no difference except you can see other players. You can team up with somebody. It's on co-op or multiplayer. That that's the only difference. Where Elder Scrolls is different. You got to pick out these skills. You got to level up a different way than the other ones. You got to pick a class, stick with that class. You can't unlock other skills that are outside that class. Like there's differences. No, not that much similarities.
I mean, Fallout 76 didn't get really much of a too much of a following. I mean, there's a decent community behind it, but I feel like there was so many gripes and complaints about it, and I think that was just because of all the bugs in the beginning. I mean, Bethesda and their bugs. You know how they love that. Um,
They love those glitches where stuff just doesn't fit right.
yeah, yeah, they do. I'm willing to give it a try. Honestly, I'm willing to put some hours into it. It's one of those games you gotta at the end of the day you have to put time into. You're not gonna enjoy it if you don't put time into. But they, like I said, they're still adding to it. They announced more missions and it looked good. Looks pretty solid. And if you play 76, then this is up your alley. Um, I don't know what else they pushed out for Bethesda.
I don't think they did anything. I don't think that was the main thing because everything else is kind of still in the works and on the down low.
Yeah. So, since we're talking about heavy hitters, I guess we can roll into Nintendo, which was the last day of E3, and hmm, that was I was kind of sad about it. Not gonna lie to you, they really they screwed me on Metroid again, and I called it. I was nervous about it that they were not gonna announce Metroid, and
Well,
they
they
did say. I know. Go ahead.
it's in the works, but then they hit us with that platformer, which platformer looks amazing. I admit that. It looks good. But
Rumors were
also looks
true.
like you're on the run constantly.
I
That's the
think they were
thing.
trying to try something new there.
It looks like
And
it's less about action though, and I'm kind of upset about that. It looks like you
it's like a
can't really beat this at all
I
until
think
the
about
end.
I think about with that game, it's like Outlast, but as like a 2D platform. I think that's exactly what that is. At least you have a weapon, you
Yeah,
know.
but I feel like that's just shoot tinier robots.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna be able to destroy whatever's chasing you.
I think
Um,
that's gonna be like the very end. And they definitely showed different models, so I feel like you're gonna kill that one and just gonna find another one that has
it's gonna
new
be the point of the
abilities.
game. The point of the game is gonna be to outrun and hide, and I feel like that's gonna be kind of the whole genre, not genre, but the whole thing of that game. Um, I'm gonna wait till that goes on sale. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with everybody. That is just, it looks cool, but it's not the Metroid I'm looking for. I'm looking for a 3D Metroid. At least they could at least screw the damn the 2D and give us at least a remake of an older Metroid. But whatever. We're
I,
waiting on
I, I
Metro.
completely agree with that.
We're waiting on this for how many years now? I mean, this new Metroid is ridiculous.
Too many years.
Nintendo, you're killing me. Let's start off with the I don't want to say the weakest because there wasn't there wasn't much weakness in Nintendo's. It was just that the amount of content that they brought out. I thought it was gonna be a lot more. Um, we could bring out we could talk about their collaboration with Ubisoft, and we talked about it last podcast for pre E3, and that was Mario Rabbids is making a comeback. There's gonna be a part two.
But they didn't
Um,
show that much for that. They only showed a regular like movie trailer for it. No gameplay.
yeah, I don't know how deep they are into um development with it. I don't even know what the release date was. I know it was this year, right? I believe it was coming out this year.
Yeah, I
Or was
believe
it
it's
next
this
year?
year.
I'm
I
not sure.
believe it's this year. And holiday time this year.
So honestly, I'm already know what we're gonna expect. We're gonna expect the same style of the game. Sorry, I have to burp. I'm trying to fight it. The same style of game, but they're just gonna add new features to it. We're obviously taking place in the Mario Galaxy universe slash Rabbids universe, and the enemy. I think Mario Rabbids one enemy was that Bowser?
I believe it was Bowser Jr.
So then in this one, it's not even a Mario character. It looks like it's a Rabbids villain. But that's kind of what they're. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't mind it if they're switching back and forth of enemies. Um, but this main boss looks like a Rabbids boss, and I'm not sure like who this person is or what it is, but looks cool. I like the concept. I like them going to the whole Mario Galaxy universe. There's a lot they can do with that, but
I hope they improve the co-op rather than it being just missions that you pick and do. I hope you can have story co-op.
I hope so
Add
too.
add little features here and there because in the first one you had little features where you did things outside of combat. I hope they
Mhm.
can add like a co-op part to that where if I am playing with you, they can add different things where we have to kind of use teamwork to get certain items or something like that. That'll be nice.
We also got another Mario Party.
Oh yeah, and brings back a lot of the old good games that people have been craving, like the stretching out Bowser's face. I love that. The what do you call that when you're on the track and you got to go up and down the trolley looking thing?
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of mini games that we saw from the past that they brought, and I knew they were doing. I knew that update that they put for Mario Party was definitely a test. It was a test to see how well they can do for this next Mario Party, and it was called out. People knew it. I knew it. Um, Now they were pushing for this next Mario Party. You could play online. You could play with your friends. You can play, anytime, anywhere, like all that stuff, and it's a good direction. Because this Mario Party was okay. It wasn't great, but for them to bring back older Mario Party mini games and board games and maps, um, Nintendo's listening, and I like that.
Some listening for some of the stuff.
Yeah, yeah, for some of
Still
the stuff.
still want the old Zeldas.
Mm, I mean, you got the Game and Watch. Didn't you get that?
Why would I need to buy that though? Like they gave it for
D-
free in the Nintendo Online.
Yeah, but what if you want a Game and Watch? You want a $60 Game and Watch? You can play three Zelda games.
What
Four.
what's the selling point? You gonna tell me on the clock and the portability of it? Oh,
Oh my gosh,
the
yeah.
Switch you can lift up out of the
Do
dock
you
and just go.
do you know what time it is right now? Exactly.
I mean, I can just hit the home button on the Switch.
uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a little lackluster on the Zelda part. They kind of like briefly mentioned like, yeah, Skyward Sword's coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out soon. And then at the end we got that. Well, now we want to show you Zelda Breath of the Wild too, and we
And
got this. This teaser.
It's a fantastic teaser. I'll tell you that much because before when they kept showing the teasers for Breath of the Wild and the Switch wasn't out, I was highly upset, but I was so excited for it, and it got me feeling the same way, but with like a million questions because what happened to his arm? I did not mess up his arm when I beat the game just a few weeks ago for the second time.
I was
Like,
about to say clarify that because as a Zelda fan, if you just now beaten Breath of the Wild, I don't know. I don't
uh,
know.
uh, I beat it multiple times. Um, his arm was fine. And I also noticed he did some like he's able to use the Sheikah Slate like without opening the menu. I think that was pretty cool. But like, is it like incorporated in his body, son? Like, what happened? Like, and
I honestly the way it looked like he was like controlling things. It looked like it was coming from his arm, but I'm not sure. Uh, it looks like you're still set in the same universe, obviously. But they said that we're taken to the skies.
yeah, it's the same map. They said that it should be the same. Just I guess with the sky, more damage along the floor. But I'm excited for the sky.
I
You
think
get to jump from higher off of things.
I'm. It makes me a little excited because I'm hoping that means we get to use the beast. If we're staying in that same universe, I'm hoping we get to use the beast.
Kind of hope so also. At least throwing some mini games with it, like how in the Hyrule Warriors, you were able to destroy a bunch of enemies with it. Throw something like that in.
Yeah,
I want more
definitely.
dungeons, like actual dungeons, not these little mini what would you call those? Because those weren't dungeons; they were trials. I don't want those mini trials with each one of those temples. I want a full blown dungeon like the all the others.
I can see them doing that. I can see them going back to dungeons, especially if it's in the same, like I said, the same universe. They got to do something. They have to switch it up. Who's the enemy gonna be? That's gonna be interesting. Um, I don't know. I like the way it looks, but I agree with you with that. It looked like some Kid Icarus nonsense when he was coming down from the sky.
Look
Uh,
just like Kid Icarus.
yeah, it was interesting. It was definitely was interesting. It wasn't like it was just enough to kind of make you want more,
He
and that
looked
was a good thing
exactly like Pit from Smash Brothers.
when he was coming down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like Pit.
yeah, definitely.
Um,
Um,
it's weird. He has an ability now that looks like he goes through like he can kind of like go through the
oh
rock.
yeah, it was like a watery effect, right? Yeah, I'm curious of what that is. There's a lot of questions, man,
It looked
of
like
his
it
abilities.
looked like they did improve the combat, so they might have been listening to our last podcast where we talked about their combat because it was
They're like,
faster
oh
paced.
crap, let's write this down.
You're able to quickly use the Sheikah Slate, so that adds more combos and kind of more action in combat. So that looked awesome.
Yeah, yeah. The world design still looks great. Um, it looks like next gen. My fear is, well, okay, they didn't talk about a new Switch, even though GameStop reportedly leaked this new Switch. So I'm hoping, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure Breath of the Wild will still be on the original Switch and Switch Lite and probably a Switch 2 or whatever it is, Switch Plus. But it's gonna look better on that.
I feel
I
like
already know.
they're not gonna do your fear of making a new console and then making it only for that, sort of like how they did with the regular DS going to the 3DS, where those cartridges literally had a little piece that wouldn't let it go into the regular DS. I don't think they're
That
gonna do
yeah,
something like
that
that.
is such my fear with this
I don't.
Switch. I know the Switch has been out for years now, but still, it's like I want it to live a little bit longer. And Nintendo's been pretty good with their hardware for like having longevity with it, you know?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna pull that on us. I don't. I really don't. At least not for like another 5 years.
I'm
Like
gonna say shorter. I'm gonna say
no, we
3.
will get we will get an upgraded system, but I don't think they're gonna pull that where it's gonna kind
Be a
of
whole new system.
whole new system taken away. Like I think it's gonna still use the same cartridge on both, newer one and the older one.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We'll see. Fingers crossed. I mean, they can still use the same cartridge. I mean, it's kind of like if you look at with how Xbox and PlayStation's doing it, where it's just like they obviously both take CDs. Their older console, the new console. It just they just changed the name on them.
Yeah,
I don't know. Nintendo, just do us right, please. I mean, Zelda, it looks good. What was the release date on that? Do we know?
next year.
Next year. We'll see. We'll see. Next year seems like it's gonna have some heavy hitters. I
Nintendo's
don't
gonna come
think.
hard next year.
Did we get any Pokemon talk this? Cause I didn't
No,
see
we
any.
did not. We
No
did
Pokemon
not.
talk. Where's Arceus or whatever you call it? It's coming. It's coming January. It's around the corner. Believe it or not. I mean, we're halfway through the year, so we're around the corner for the newest Pokemon. I mean, Diamond and Pearl are coming out soon. I want to say. I don't remember what their
Yeah,
release
that
dates
that
were.
that should be the next one that comes out is Diamond and Pearl.
They could have, they could have showed some of that, but I mean, I understand why they didn't, but they could have. Um, we got some WarioWare. We got some Wario. Wario's out here doing God knows what because his games are weird.
I mean, I'm happy they were focused on Wario, the less creepier one. I know a lot of people want Waluigi, but like you see Wario's games. What do you think Waluigi's stuff's gonna be if Luigi's games are way weirder than, Mario's?
Was there a mini game where you're pulling nose hairs? Am I or
Yes.
did I
No, no,
like
it's either
dream
nose
that?
or I think it was nose or ear hairs, but you were definitely pulling hairs.
I like the Wario games. I like
But
the
but
what?
here's the kicker. You can bring a pal to pull those hairs too.
That is true. I'm happy they're doing multiplayer and in a game like that, mini games, any mini games, I feel like is fun with obviously a group of people. This one's gonna just be two player. As far as I know, I don't know if there's gonna be more, but um, I like the Wario games. I like the weirdness of them. I do miss his platformers because those were cool too. They were back on, I believe, the Game Boy Advance. I don't know if they had any on the DS. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I
Um,
don't know. I,
but
possibly.
a lot of his mini game series have been fun, and I like that. And it looks good. It looks. I'm happy that they're playing around with that. We got Armor Wars 1 and 2. Um, eh, I have a love hate for this. I'm
I
not
like
gonna
it.
lie to you. I like it, but it's $60.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, look
I
at the
I need
graphics.
the content to just back it up. That's all I need. I mean, make it a $60 game. Make it. I need that content to back it up. If you're just remaking the game and you're just making it look pretty, charge me 40. But if you're adding something to it, I'll take it for 60 easy. It looks beautiful. It looks good. Has that classic vibe to it. I don't have any. The only gripes is that it's $60, honestly. And if that's a gripe, then cool. I'm fine with that. Um, Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2. Pretty happy about that. Remaking some Super Monkey Ball. People love Super Monkey Ball. It's just that I've been fighting myself with the last one. I'm still just waiting for that to go on sale. I can't justify paying like $40 for like a Super Monkey Ball game, even though I mean the content's there. Are you here, Cody? Hello?
I was frozen because I never fully played one,
I
and I
thought he
knew
di- I thought he
that was
died.
gonna
I'm not
no
gonna lie to you guys. He was gone. But yeah, it was.
I knew saying that was gonna get you riled up. So I was like, how do I say
What,
this?
that you've
But
never played one?
that I never
I,
fully played one.
I don't. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I mean, you've played games like it, so
Oh yeah,
it cracks me up that you've never actually put time into Super Monkey Ball. Um, I'm a big fan of that stuff. I mean, the whole platformer tilt ball marble thing is cool. Uh, the the speed runners of these games are crazy. I like watching the speed running of this game because it makes you look like you're really bad at it.
yeah. I've watched the speed runs, and I think that's what also intimidated me on it because it's like they doing these in like 10 seconds on like 5 minute ones, and I'm afraid I'm gonna get on there and just never be able to do it.
No, you can't go in that mind state. That's the issue. you're not gonna get their numbers. Obviously, I've never gotten any like crazy numbers on. It's just all about going through and actually beating the game. All these like little levels, well, it gets frustrating. Don't get me wrong, it gets frustrating. But if you have patience, you're gonna kill that game easy. And honestly, I used to play. I remember the only reason why I got on Super Monkey Ball was not even the GameCube or anything like that. It was because of the iPod Touch, and they had an app for it, and they actually took that app off
Actually, I
the
did
App
play
Store.
the app then, and now that you say it, I did play that one.
Yeah, it used the gyroscope and the gyro sensor or whatever, and you could tilt your phone and or iPod or whatever, and it was that was one of my favorite toilet games. Not gonna lie.
uh, TMI, TMI.
I mean, I think we all have some favorite toilet games.
Now, my other thing is, right? Do you think they're
Mm.
gonna have the gyroscope for the controllers work on this? I mean, it seems like they
I
should, right?
don't know if they did it. They might have did it for the last one that they dropped, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Um, Other than that, Nintendo really they had I mean they had some like okay announcements. I mean, some people are gonna talk about the Monster Hunter side and all that stuff. Honestly, we talk about what we like. I know you're a big I don't want to say big Monster Hunter fan. You're a Monster Hunter fan. Um,
I
but I
like
don't
the
play
games. I
like
won't
that.
call myself a fan.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we missed a few things that you think were like important, like Monster Hunter or something else like that, excuse us. I mean,
Oh,
we're in our bubble.
we missed Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. It is coming on Switch and the others.
I'm actually blown away that it's coming out on the Switch. I can't wait to see 10 frames per second.
I think they might do a 12.
No, yeah, I don't know, man. Listen, it looks like Marvel's Avengers. I was on the fence about this because I did see that too. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I can't comment on. You know what? I'm surprised about them keeping that a secret because it's coming out this year.
Yeah, I think that game might do well. I think they kept it a secret for good reason because they don't want to take that shine from the Marvel Avenger game because we still have the Black Panthers coming out and all that.
His
So
DLC, yeah.
uh, it looked like it might be a good game. It looked like it's gonna be you know interesting. I haven't watched any of the Guardians of the Galaxy fully, but it looks like something I will play.
From what they showed, it looks like you're only playing a Star Lord, but they didn't really confirm who you're really playing as or what you're really doing. So, I guess only time will tell. I mean, they kept a lot of secrets. So, just like I said, because the game's coming out this year, nobody knew it was even coming out. So, I guess we'll see. Time will tell. Um, I'm trying to
We
look through the list. I don't see anything else that's kind of
we got
catching my.
the Mario Golf, which we already knew that was coming out.
Yeah,
Um,
they showed more of it, and honestly, that's a good thing you brought it up. I was actually I like the mini games they did with it. It's not just a like a regular golf game. I was gonna say boring, but honestly, some people like golf, and kudos to you. I like mini golf. I don't like regular golf. I'm gonna be honest with you, but this game actually makes me want to play um golf. I know that's surprise, surprise, but whatever that racing thing seemed
the
kind of cool.
Rush.
Where
Yeah.
you run and you're knocking your people out and you're just kick. It's a great concept. I like it. I'm for it. I'm not paying $6 for that game either. I'm waiting for it to go 40. Um,
My thing is, what have you ever played a Mario sports type game and not enjoyed it?
no, I can't say that.
Yeah, I played all of them and I've enjoyed all of them.
Yeah,
They know how to make a sports game.
yeah, yeah. I mean, did they have a dodgeball game? I'm sorry. I'm trying to think if they did. It might have
Mm.
been in their
It was in the
Olympics.
Mario Party, I think. Probably
Okay.
Olympics. But
Yeah, all of those were awesome.
Just Dance
Okay. So
2022.
next,
But hold
what
you don't want
what
to
are we
dance?
talking? Why are we talking about Just Dance on this? It's about to kick you off.
Nah, but
Oh gosh.
I just felt like, We haven't seen
No,
Just Dance.
no.
Fine, then we can talk about Tony Hawk and Dragon Ball Z, like two games that I might get. Well, I won't get Dragon Ball Z. I already have it. But
Tony
Tony
Hawk.
Hawk, yeah, they
They-
bringing Pro Skater 1 and 2 to the
Oh,
Switch.
to the Switch. Yeah, yeah. And that was and I told you about um that Tony Hawk himself was like, "Oh, I wish my game would come to your platform," and that was their way of teasing that it was coming out, and they finally announced it, which was great. It's come on, it was about time. It needed to be on the Switch. It was on the GameCube, going on the Switch. Come
I'm
on.
excited for it. But I think that's about it for Nintendo.
For
Was
Nintendo, yeah. They said they have a lot more announcements, but because games aren't done and they don't want to really like kind of short step them, they're gonna announce more later on. I understand it. I respect it. It just sucks because COVID did it, so happens. Um, we can go into whoever opened up E3, and that was uh EA. Was it EA?
I don't know, I
EA.
thought Microsoft opened. Well,
Nope. EA because we got the trailer for Battlefield 2042. Um,
amazing.
that's not too far from. That's like a couple years from now. You know what I'm
Really? It's 21 years away.
saying?
Not too far from now.
It's not that far. It's not that far. That's light work. Um, yeah. I mean this was the trailer of E3. Honestly, a lot of people were very excited about it. Only multiplayer.
Don't know how I felt about that because I enjoyed their stories.
You did say, I don't know if you said, I think you said in the last podcast you were excited to see what the story is
Yeah,
going to be.
I definitely said that, and then they just like slapped the crap
Long,
out of me.
yeah, long story short, Cody, there's only multiplayer. So, it
First
looks
off,
it looks
why would you
amazing.
even say long story? There's no story.
Long story short, long
Uh,
story short,
No, long story not there.
long story short, there's no story. There's no story, but I gotta admit, this game looks good. It looks great. I was nervous, well, not nervous. I was saying like, oh, the trailer. These are obviously in the story. These are the maps in the story, and then we found out this is just strictly multiplayer. The maps look really good. Um, they
Game
look
looks
like
really good.
they look like an actual war zone, like a war environment. What did it say? I think it said 128 people. How much? I don't remember how many people
Just
play on.
outrageous. It's an outrageous
It's a
number.
stupid number. It's a stupid number. It's gonna be awesome. Um, the destructible environments, the weather changing, the crazy weather, the tornadoes, the possibly a tsunami. I wouldn't be there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's gonna be a tsunami.
Yeah, 128 players and
Yeah,
a single map. That just tells you how big that map has to be.
it's gonna be huge. I mean, from the trailers, it looks like they're pretty massive, and they
Oh,
have to be for
yeah, I
having
mean,
tanks.
they said the sizes of the map are multiple times the size of the average Battlefield map thus far, and the average size of a map is pretty big to where almost every single last map had a vehicle.
Yeah, this is gonna make me go to, honestly, it's gonna make me uninstall Call of Duty for right now. Um,
Who needs Warzone, which is only like 100 people, when you got 128?
because it's free. To be honest, I mean that's the only reason why people are gonna stick on Warzone. But I can only imagine how big this file is gonna be for both the systems and for PC. It's gonna be stupid.
I
I
just
hope.
I
What?
hope they don't try to pull a asshole move
Hmm.
because the game is supposed to be $70 for the new consoles. I hope they don't try to say, hey, you gotta buy, DLC also, because you're only giving us multiplayer. At
Hmm.
that point, you're making us buy DLC after. It's kind of a slap to the gamers' faces.
That's true. But we probably will see it. We're probably gonna see DLC. We're gonna see some form of DLC. Oh well. Uh, you bought the game, you know what you're gonna get into. It's a multiplayer game. There's gonna be things that you're gonna have to pay more into, and that's just kind of what the climate is right now for these games. It looks good. I'm gonna back it up. I don't know. I don't think I'm day oneing it. I kind of want to see, some more gameplay. They actually showed gameplay in E3. Who showed it? Was it Microsoft? I think Microsoft showed multiplayer gameplay of it, correct?
I'm not sure.
One of them. I think it was Microsoft.
Yeah,
They
because it
showed the
was
gameplay.
Microsoft Day. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
I
it
mean,
looks good.
that gotta be Microsoft. At what PlayStation wasn't there?
Exactly. And Nintendo's not running this game.
Yeah, it is.
So,
4K.
yeah. Yeah, sure. Melt your system. I don't know. It looks good. Like I said, I'm not gonna day one it though. I'm gonna wait and see. I learned my lessons with a lot of these games. Don't day one them. Check it out. Check out what it looks like first, and then put invest your money into it. $70 is a lot now. At the end of the day, $60 was a lot. So
It
a lot
should
of these
just go up.
a lot of these game developers getting mad because we're waiting on sales, but maybe maybe in our eyes your game is worth $40 instead of 60, and that's no disrespect. It's just that's just kind of what
I
I'm
mean,
willing to pay.
it's disrespect on their end for giving us a game that's not 100% complete, that's not
Mhm.
worth the price that you're asking for, and you expect to go up on that price afterwards.
I mean, the only reason why I have sympathy for them is the numbers that they get, is what they get paid out, you know, after the fact. But because most of these games are digital, you're not paying that much for physical games anymore. So I want to know what the actual uh percentage of what these companies are getting, because they got to pay a percentage of being on the Steam store, being on the Microsoft store. They got to pay to be on there, right?
But at the end of
So,
the day, you got to look at it this way. Microsoft was able to buy Bethesda, and they're
mhm.
still trying to do that. Upcharging price on some stuff. At the end of the day, they're getting a lot of money to be able to buy companies like that, and they're still reaching out and trying to buy other companies. So they're just at this point being money hungry.
You can't help it. At the end of the day, I mean, you saw how the whole loot box system went. I mean, those companies were going so crazy for that, and they made a lot of money off of that. There's money to be made. They just got to figure out what's the next thing to make money off of gamers. Honestly,
Controllers. They're gonna have
controllers.
they're gonna have some dissolvable controllers, so when your hands get sweaty, gotta get a new one.
Can't with you. I mean, Microsoft did talk about controllers though in their E3. That's the funny part.
You think I'm lying? Just watch. They're gonna have candy controllers. Rock Candy is gonna come out with an actual controller. Like that's candy. Um,
I walked away from that one. I walked away from that one.
yeah, I was about to just move on to a different game. Rainbow Six Extraction, the game that literally haunted us all weekend with trailers on YouTube, back to back to back to back.
I don't have YouTube Plus Premium Red, whatever you call it. Yeah, I was tired of seeing uh Rainbow Six Extraction. Looks like a good game. Um, from what they did, I guess was their beta. It looked fun. It was fun. And now they're ready to actually release the full game. I don't know. I mean, it's a survival extraction game. Survive, get to the extraction point, done. Right? I'm sure there's gonna be more depth to that game, but I don't know. It looks okay in my eyes.
I
I'm
feel
like,
like they should have showed gameplay
hmm
rather than pushing that one trailer so hard. Let us know, what are we actually doing? Like, is it just you get in a match? Like, is it a match type thing? You get in a match and it's objective only?
I think they showed gameplay. I think afterwards they showed gameplay on their side thing. I just didn't invest enough time to go out and look for it. Um,
Is there a story? Like, I want more information before I even think about buying it.
I think we should have did our research first, because I don't know. They might have already brought that information out and we just sleeping on it. I'm not sure. So I think we talked a lot about like most of the heavy hitters. A lot of these, I think a lot of these companies were fighting for who had the worst E3. I think not EA. Capcom kind of like slept a little bit. They talked about Resident Evil Village. They talked about having DLC coming later on. Didn't really have anything to show. Um, that was Capcom. What was the other company? I'm trying to think. Bandai. Bandai has House of Ashes. Looks like an okay game to me. Hope. And what you said was true. Um, They showed House of Ashes, but you were surprised they didn't really talk too much about Scarlet Nexus.
I mean, because I've seen the trailer. Like I've been watching, trailers on that because they showed more of that and it looks more interesting to me because it has more content to see.
I mean, granted, the game's coming out in 2 days. Understood, but still, I wouldn't be. I was just surprised that they just didn't really promote it. But I guess it's a game showcase. E3 is a game showcase, so it has to. House of Ashes is their next baby. So, like I said, House of Ashes looks okay. If you don't know, it looks like you're a military force that goes into some type of mission. You find out, you fall through the wherever you're at. You fall through the floor. You find out there's like an underground, I don't know what you even call it, like temple system down there, and there's creatures down there that are hunting you.
Like a
Uh,
catacombs.
like catacombs, yeah. And there's creatures in there, and they're taking you out one by one. Um, looks like a horror game. I was told you said it's co-op. There's
Yeah,
co-op
just
in it.
just co-op.
Curious how that's gonna work out. I thought it was gonna be like a what's that game I said? I'm trying to think again, and it's not working. My brain
Oh,
broke.
you didn't say Outlast.
No, less.
Um,
Until Dawn. I thought it was gonna be like Until Dawn, where you choose your choices, but this looks. I think it's gonna. I don't know. I don't even know if it's first person, if it's third person. I'm looking at the pictures right now. There's no gameplay. Like I'm still confused about this game. So I don't. We'll see more later on. I don't think they have much to really give us, except for that cinematic trailer. And cinematic trailer looks good. It's just that I don't know what to say about it because there's not really any gameplay.
on the just go back to Extraction. I'm looking at it now. It's actually, objective only. There doesn't look like much story.
Okay. I mean,
You It's sort of like, Siege, but instead of fighting the other team, you go on with Alien, Extract.
it doesn't bother me. I'll probably check it out at some point. It sounds okay. Sounds cool to me. I know we saw more gameplay of Back for Blood. I think Microsoft was the one that uh did that as well on their day. Um, there's not much more I need to say about this game. I'm just ready for it. It looks like a great game. I'm ready for Back for Blood.
Yeah, they already said all we need to know to get it.
Yeah, there's
They had us
enough.
at Back for Blood, like,
There's enough gameplay for it. There's enough gameplay for it, and I'm ready to just get my hands on it. Grounded got DLC. Like I said, it was gonna happen last podcast episode. I said Grounded's probably gonna get DLC. They did. Um, they made it more comical, I guess, in the DLC. It looked cool. I think you get to like build with mushrooms, something like
yeah, they
that.
definitely added more, buildable stuff because
Oh,
when
you can
we
get
played, we
pets
built
now.
everything.
Yeah. So it's like little stuff they added, and honestly, I think it enhances the game just fine. I'm going down the list. I'm just trying to see like what else is there to really mention. I didn't really watch anything for Dying Light 2, except for one, a couple weeks ago. So if they talked about it, I didn't really do anything about it. Oh, Diablo 2 was announced
Yep.
finally.
Well, I mean, we
Well,
want Diablo
resurrected.
4.
Yeah, but people wanted Diablo 2. There was
Oh,
mixed people, but listen, at the end of the day, it's out. Cool. It looks good, and I like that whole you can switch from classic view to new view. It looks. I like that. That was cool with me.
well, Diablo 2 was supposedly the one with the best story out of
So
all
if you
of them.
so if
So
you didn't play it, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Like you get to get it in the remastered form. And like I said, I like because they did it with like with Halo. You remember how you were able to like switch from classic view to
yeah, and I
remastered
did
view?
that accidentally, and I was not prepared for that.
It
That
breaks
was
your mind. It breaks
yeah.
your mind.
I mean, going from a realistically dark, ship to bright gray
Yeah.
kind of scares you.
No, yeah. But it was
Tell you
cool. I
one
like
thing:
it.
if you don't know where to go, just switch it to classic
Yeah,
graphics.
just switch.
You'll know.
I don't know if that's gonna work too well with Diablo, but we'll see. Um, Atomic Heart. They showed some more gameplay with Atomic Heart. I think this game's gonna be such a mind fuck. Um, this is I'm gonna say Atomic Heart's on the level of BioShock, of like how I think the gameplay is gonna be. Um, I'm ready for it. I like it. It looks like a crazy story, crazy time. Um, and I mean, we need a few single player games, and that and I don't think Chernobylite was a single player. I think that's multiplayer as well, but I'm not sure. They showed that too.
Um, I actually talk like I love co-op games, but I'm more of a single player game.
Hmm.
I'm actually excited for Atomic Heart.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it looks crazy. Honestly, I think it's a beautiful looking game. I gotta just admit that it's a beautiful looking game, and I think it's gonna take you on a crazy adventure because there's really still not that much information on it, and I think there's still not even. I don't know if there's a release date. They just showed a little
Um,
bit more gameplay.
nope, it's no release date to be announced.
They announced Evil Dead the game. That looks like fun. Like a little arcade game kind of. It reminds me of Dying Light, but you can actually fight. So it looks good. I said Dying Light.
Yeah, I know what
Dead
you
by
meant. You meant
Daylight.
Dead by Daylight and Friday 13th.
Yep, yep. My brain's going to mush. I think we're going over that hour mark. But
Oh, we've been hit over that hour mark, but
yeah,
well, I wouldn't say been. It's like probably 6 minutes over.
yeah. Outside of that, I don't know. E3 was cool. It was lacklusting a little bit. I don't know. I don't really have much to say after that. I think it's just I'm ready for Infinite. Battlefield seems cool. We got to see a mixture of games coming out this year and a lot that's coming out early next year. So I mean that's what we were kind of expecting for E3. The VR segment was lackluster. Definitely a lot. There wasn't really nothing much shown on the E3 end. I mean E3 VR end, except for a Nerf game that looked pretty cool. So and they didn't even show gameplay of that. It was just a teaser.
Nerf for nothing, man. Nerf or
Sniper
nothing.
Elite VR looked good, but yeah, Sniper Elite. I mean, you're either a fan of the series or you just don't care about it at this point because I think they're already on what like 4 or 5 or something like that. So if you
Very
got
excited.
VR, yeah, if you got VR, you like Sniper Elite, it's gonna be one of your go-tos because it's just another VR shooter that you kind of get to jump into.
Just Dance 2022.
All right, I'm done with you. All right, so Um, yeah, we skipped last week. That was just because I wasn't feeling well. This is dropping tomorrow, Tuesday. Um, and we're just gonna go
Back
back
on
to
schedule.
schedule. Yeah, back on schedule every Tuesday. Wednesday is gonna be our rain day. If you don't see a video for us on Tuesday, which is gonna be rare. Once again, I want to say thank you for watching. Which, if I haven't said it, I'm saying it now. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody's always checking for comments. He's also on our social media. That is on Instagram and Twitter. For right now, we'll expand later on. Um, and if there's anything that you feel that we need to update, fix, change, or talk about, let us know. We want to know. We need somebody to talk to us because we're lonely.
Why you gotta put us both in that?
I'm
Uh,
lonely.
I don't want
No.
my business out there.
Well, too late now. Hit us up. Um, Once again, I'm Jay,
I'm Cody.
and thank you for listening.
Peace.
Peace.